Good morning. A warm welcome to you. I hope that you have weathered the crazy storms that have hit a huge part of the United States this weekend. And if you are able to see me right now, then of course you have power. And I was so worried today that we wouldn't have power to actually talk to you all. So thank you so much for joining. So in the chat room, please do put down some information about where you are watching us from. Let us know how you got on and all of that good stuff. So I'm really excited today because I have a very special guest and she's a very dear friend. And I wanted to talk today about the amazing human touch that we have. And I wanted to dive in more from the consumer's perspective on everything that we do. And good morning, Becky. Welcome. Boca. That's a nice place to be. That's nice. So I just wanted to share some ideas around what it's like to have that. Well, okay, let's go back a moment. I don't know how many of you relate to this, but when we're into hair and we're doing our technical stuff, we can get so focused on the challenges, the art of doing beautiful technical haircuts. Do you agree? Oh, thank you, Leah, for your kind comments. So we have those challenges, right, of being so focused on the technique. Sometimes we can negate and think, well, the face shape doesn't quite work for this hairstyle, and we don't realize it till the end. How many of you relate to that? So we're so focused on the technique that it's not until we step back and we're blow drying, we're doing the finishing touches, we go, that's not quite how I thought it was going to be. So we learn through experience, don't we? And one of the things we always learn is if we've taken a little bit more time at the beginning, during the consultation, some of the problems we may experience at the end would not have happened. We also know that the number one reason a client leaves the salon is that she's looking for something new. How many of you actually reach out and you say to your client, are you ready for something new today? Are you content with where you are? Are you open to some new ideas? Because that's the courage question, isn't it? And so it's so easy to play it safe. And I know when to play it safe for sure, but I know also when to take that chance, because that chance could take me somewhere else. So today here we have two very special guests. We have Rosemary, who is a member of my art team, who survived not only the storm this weekend, but she's survived a wedding of epic proportions. So she is here, and a very dear friend, Jill Bacon, who I have known since I was 9 years old. So let's bring these gorgeous ladies onto the screen. So let's bring on my girls. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good afternoon, Jill.
Yeah.
So Jill is talking to us from the UK. She lives in Greater London. And so it's the 3:30 in the afternoon. So big shout out to any of our British friends. So I wanted to talk today, and Rosemary, you survived the wedding.
Yeah, I'm very natural today. I'm still trying to grasp everything, but you have some friends from Amsterdam. You have a lot of international friends today, Amsterdam and Jerusalem. So hello, everyone out there.
So Jill and I have always had rich conversations about fashion and style and so on. And Jill has taught me a lot. And Jill, I don't think you realize how much you've actually taught me over the years.
I can't believe I've taught you anything, Dave.
Oh yeah, we used to be ballet partners. We would do ballet together, didn't we?
Horse riding, ballet.
So we've had lots of great experiences together. Yeah. But one of the things that Jill has always shared with me, and of course we know that in Great Britain there are some of the most amazing hairdressers in the world. We know that the British take hairdressing very, very seriously. And there are some pedigree, amazing hairdressers. And I do know that we British hairdressers sometimes are so focused on the art of what we're doing that sometimes our consultation skills go a little awry, and we either presume or we assume, and in that assumption is where there can be the danger area. And I think I'm guilty of it. Rosemary, how's it for you?
I am. Yes, I am guilty.
We all are, where we get so focused on the hair, so into the hair sucks the life force out of us, that it's not until she walks to the reception or we step back and look, we go, ooh, it's shorter than I planned, or ooh, didn't realize that when I did this pixie haircut on her, she was 6'3". Or, ooh, I didn't realize that this lady is actually a man. That happened to me once. So, Jill, you tell me some really great stories, and I wanted kind of the audience to hear the things that you would love for us hairdressers to do more of. And one of the things that you yearn for, because yes, you've had some wonderful haircuts, haven't you, when you've gone to the salon?
Well, I've been really spoiled. So, of course, Vivian used to cut my hair, and there are just certain things that I look for that she taught me. And unfortunately, if I go into a salon and if they don't, it's like something really simple, like pull the hair back and let the parting fall naturally. Sometimes you go in and they just do it down, sort of put the comb in and scrag it down the middle. And straight away I think, oh no, I don't think I'm going to trust this person. So that's it. I'm out straight away, really. I mean, that's just me because I've been spoiled. But the one thing that, when you touched on the consultation, I do find, and bearing in mind, I don't go up to, I don't go into London to have my hair cut. I go locally, but I try to go to like good salons locally, like Tony and Guy, and we have a chain called Rush over here, which are quite good. But I just find that because people have, obviously, hairdressers have a time in these salons, and so as soon as you go in, you kind of know that the countdown has started. So my feeling is, right, come on, let's get this done quickly. Okay, so you go in. What are we doing today? That's the standard. What are we doing today? So basically, you tell me what you want, and I'll try and do it. So there's no, you talk about the hair, and I don't get any of that really. I mean, sometimes you'll go in and you can see that they're already sort of taking care and style it, etc., etc. But I just feel that, I mean, just recently I had my hair done, and I wanted her to try and do some beachy waves going through it, but she ran out of time, and I knew she'd run out of time. And then she said to me, "Oh, but I can do it if you want me to." And it was like, well, I did ask you to, right?
Oh, Jill has frozen. So for those of you who are just joining us, we're talking about the consultation. We're talking about what is really important. And I've always felt that we undercharge, and I've always felt that we don't allow enough time. I've always felt that.
Okay.
Oh, you're back, Jill.
I'm back.
Okay. Yes. So carry on.
I just feel that there's no, that you're not given enough time. Now, whether you have enough time, I don't know, because I don't know, you guys, have you worked in the salon recently, but that's the problem. And I mean, I said to Viv, and she laughed the other day, I went to my hairdresser, and I sat there with I think you call them garbage bags over my head, and a mask, and half a cup of warm water in a plastic mug, and I paid £150, British pounds, for the privilege of having a bin bag over my head, and it was a horrible experience, absolutely horrible. And then I came out and she didn't even do what I wanted her to do, really, because she'd run out of time. And that's the experience. And I know it's difficult because I'm not going into town, but you still think, you know, even at Tony and Guy, it's just, you're just going through, they seem to be going through the motions. But then I think a lot of them do. I know I've asked them how many people come into the salon and actually ask for a new haircut, and they would say nobody, or virtually nobody. It's all the yummy mummies that come in and just want a trim and a blow dry, and they just go out looking exactly the same. You know, I don't want to go into a salon and come out looking exactly the same. I want to look slightly different. And it just doesn't happen. Also, this is an interesting one that I thought of. How many people that hair that you style actually go home and wash it and style it again because they don't like how a hairdresser styled it? And I can tell you, it's nearly everybody that I speak to. And I didn't realise, but we actually pay £30 British to have a blow dry in the UK, which is a lot of money when they come home and they just wash their hair instantly and style it in the way that they like to, you know, that they like it to be styled. I mean, I think that's quite shocking, really.
So really what you're looking for, and I think so many consumers are looking for this, and guys, there are amazing statistics out there, and you may have heard me say this before, 97% of hairdressers believe they give a consultation to their client. 7% of clients actually say they get a consultation. What are we doing today is not a consultation. Just a trim is not a consultation. I want you guys who follow me, because I know that I have a very elite group of hairdressers who follow me. So I know that you guys do know about the importance of a consultation. I know that you guys do understand the importance of taking the hair away, studying the face shape and looking at the balance, not only of the face, but the balance of the body. I know that you guys do understand that you've got to ask some of the awkward questions. And that's why I created a consultation form. And that consultation form is the gatekeeper to everything, because if you let the form do the work for you, the things that Jill is speaking about now, that she's been to some wonderful salons. Yes, she's had some great haircuts, but she wants that human touch. She wants someone to be interested in her. And so we're in a trap when we don't charge enough for our services and we don't allow enough time. We're in a trap where we have to rush the consultation, we have to rush everything. And we know that efficiency behind the chair is so important, right? So I'm begging our industry to elevate itself in terms of, you are worth so much more, but you've got to put the time in. And you've got to do that consultation. So I have a consultation form. So what I want you to do is, if you go and DM me on my Instagram page, that's probably the easiest thing. You could do it here too, I suppose. Let's confuse you by giving you two options. If you want our consultation form, just send us a message and we will email it to you. So what you'd need to do is just give us a way to contact you, and we'll send you that consultation form to help you, because let the form do the work for you. There are things on my consultation form that are the awkward, tricky questions to ask. You know, where do you live in fashion? How feminine do you want to be? I mean, Jill, has anyone ever asked you how feminine would you like your hairstyle to be?
Never, ever.
Is it important to you?
Well, yes. I mean, I just, there's zero consultation as far as I'm aware. Nobody's ever asked about.
And what would it mean to you, Jill, if you did have a wonderful consultation? Would you pay more for it?
Oh, yes, and also the most important thing, that it would the trust. I would learn to trust more, and once you get you have the trust in your hairdresser, then you can be a bit more, well, okay, let's try this. Then you're keen to try. But if you don't have any sort of faith because of they haven't asked the right questions, then you're just going to literally say, oh, I just want to trim, and go out. That's it, because you just want to be safe.
Yes, of course. And that's why you take control. Rosemary, what's your feeling about what Jill is sharing? And for those of you just joining, we're talking about the consultation. Jill is a longtime friend of mine, and she's talking as a consumer about her experience of yearning for somebody to just ask her the important questions that she yearns for. Rosemary, how do you, what's your take on this?
I think she has a very valid point. I think a lot of times we get caught up in the schedule of the day as opposed to the importance of the person. And I've gotten in, I've found myself sometimes I've had to run behind schedule so that I can see the body language of somebody else. I'm not always on top of it. And then I realize I might miss the mark. And then it weighs on my heart, and I think for anybody who's looking to really create, people will be more forgiving if you don't give them the exact style they're ready to go into yet, but it's more about the relationship that you build. It's the rapport that you create, because they'll go on a journey with you if you take them on that journey, understanding who they are before you decide what you're going to do. And I think it's important that even as you have that client for years and years, I found myself, don't take it for granted. Just because they're there doesn't mean that they're going to stay with you forever, because they may get bored of you as much as you are of them. And for those of you who are on the site from here in the States right now, and I see a lot of comments and some emails coming up, you can always email education@mackinder.com as well. If you're looking to education@mackinder, MACKINDER.com, to make sure that you can ask for that consultation sheet, because that consultation sheet has helped me a lot. Something that I've seen physically with that person walking in has helped me define, I may have not been on the mark by looking at them. They'll put things there that were not there originally. So I agree. And I'm sorry, Jill, that's happened. And I appreciate you sharing that to the...
I mean, it's the thing is, I've been very fortunate that Viv has taught me a lot. But the trouble is, we haven't got a lot of Vivs or a lot of Rosemarys, and unfortunately, and so I don't know. I think my expectations might be a little bit too high, or they used to be, not anymore really. But it would be nice to go back there. I mean, I'd love to see the consultation form. Is that possible?
Yes, yeah, we'll send you it, Jill, because you know what you can do? You can take that in to your stylist and you can give it to them, and it will help them, because we're about, when a problem comes along, and everyone who sits in our chair has a problem, their hair has grown out, they have a regrowth, their hair is unmanageable, it is a problem. And our ability is to recognize the problem, solve the problem, and meet that client where they are today. Right. Health-wise, emotional, career-wise, life is evolving. And I think that that's the most important thing. And I know so many hairdressers out there are good technically. We're not talking about your technical skills. We're talking about your connecting skills. Because to me, there are 3 qualities that you need to display when you're working with your client. Number 1, know that you can help, that you're a solution to the problem. Number 2, that you care, you listen. And that you're big and brave enough to say, listen, I am going to do this today, but let me just contact my next client, let them know I'm going to be running 10 minutes behind because I've got to catch up somewhere, because this is going to take more. Or I've had people where I know their hair is very challenging and I say, please be the last client of the day. You take a lot of time, which is good. And I don't want to run over, and I want to give you everything. So that's showing care and trust, saying and doing what you're going to do. And I would rather have someone say, I think that's a great idea, but I can't do that today. Time doesn't allow for what you want. I want to do that. Please, the next time you come in, let's do it this way. And that becomes huge. So guys, look at your help, care, and trust. And look at the importance of, when we hear a problem, we have to jump to solution always. And hairdressers are really good at solving problems. And I think the biggest mistake our industry around the world has made is that we undercharge, And we do not give the consultation sufficient time to create that magic. And you can't make good decisions when you're rushing, because it's just easier then to let the client tell you what to do. But truly, you're coming to, when I go to a dermatologist or I go to a doctor, I want their expertise. I don't want to tell them. I can tell them what my symptoms are, but I want them to tell me. I want to lean into them. I would like someone to make my life easier. So it's one less decision I have to make, but I want to be seen. I want to be noticed, and I want to be cared for. And as Jill said, trust to her is so important. And what she's also shared is it's not about the technique of the haircut that's her concern. It's that consultation she's yearning for. And obviously she's had my consultations, she's experienced it with me, so she's got a benchmark to measure. But what if in an industry we all elevate? What if we all do that? So if you guys haven't checked out, there's some great links, which Cindy, if you don't mind putting it in there, to who is sitting in your chair. You may think, oh, it's kind of boring, but no. I have a course on Hair Designer TV, which is going to literally walk you through how to develop more fashion and style, how to sell through your ideas, how to develop your brand and find out who you are and who you're not, how to really read a face shape, how to actually communicate in a way that elevates your experience and your client's experience. So do check it out. It's there to help you. And for me, when I figured it all out, it was transformative. And first of all, my confidence, because I believe that the longest distance to our hands is from here to here, from the brain to the hand. And I want people like Jill, who's a consumer, who's going into the salon, to have that wonderful experience so that she'll go more often and she'll make more recommendations and more referrals. So if her trust has been broken, it's like a bad relationship. When we come out of a relationship with a guy and it's not been good, we're off men forever. All men are bad, right? Because we had a bad experience, but they're not all bad. And so I think that's what's really, really important. So Jill, thank you for sharing some of your insights with us today.
Thank you for having me.
It's been lovely. And Rosemary, well done. You recovered from your bridal experience.
Yes, it was a waterlogged experience. We started at 6 a.m. We finished at 5:30.
Oh my gosh. And you traveled on top of that.
Yeah, traveled to 2 locations. The hair got destroyed because they had to go in the rain to the second location. I had to revamp a lot of them again, and, time constraints and time lost and whatever. Anyway, yes, I survived and I'm here. That's all that matters. I made it through the rain. Isn't that a song? Yeah, I made it through the rain. Anyway, we'll let you go. Thank you, Jill, for your insight. Really, it really was very helpful.
Bye.
But yes, thank you. And guys, I'm at 11 o'clock going live with Anthony. I hope I typed his name correctly. Anthony Whitaker on Clubhouse. So if you have never been to Clubhouse, go there right now, because I am going to be doing an hour with some of the 2 iconic people. Anthony Whitaker, who is Grow My Business, and he is unbelievable, an award-winning artist and powerful, powerful man. And Win Claybar, the founder of all the Paul Mitchell schools. And he is benevolent. He is an incredible man. So these are my heroes. So I am like the little baby here, and I'm going to go off right now and join them for Clubhouse. And we go live at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So if you haven't been to Clubhouse, there is the link there, and do join us. So Jill, take care in the UK, and I can't wait to cut your hair in person. Thank you so much. And Rosemary, thank you. And guys, thank you so much for joining us here on Facebook. I won't be with you next week, because guess what? I am taking a week off. I will be in my riding hat, no makeup, with my horse, and I will be just away for a week. I need a mental break, because I just am like, take care, lots of love, and thank you so much for joining. And I hope you got something important to think about as you and how important you are in people's lives today. So go out there and create magic. Thanks, guys. Thank you, Jill. And thank you, Rosemary. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.